I had two I was wrestling with. So let me just think of who's winning for me today. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, I'm going to just stick to my gut.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
One, two, three. Tommy.
Edmund. We just complete each other's
sentences. This episode is presented by Legends Attic. We will be at an event there on Thursday and so many more fun events to come. I can't wait to see who they bring.
I know. I'm so excited.
I know there's some people that they're talking to who are really exciting and will create a very long line to get into those doors.
Yeah, we talk about that we're going to be there for all the events, and we will be. And one's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So fun.
We actually will be going to Fanatics Fest with them as well in June. So that's something fun to look forward to.
Yeah. And we'll have some insight on what they're doing with Fanatics Fest, and we'll be able to highlight some pieces. And yeah, we have a lot of really cool things that they've done.
Yeah, and we'll keep you guys in the loop. So make sure you're following us and them. And that's going to be a fun experience in New York with Eddie and the Legends crew.
Yeah, I can't wait. And going back to your hometown.
Yeah, I can't wait.
All right, now to the episode.
I just want somebody to talk Dodgers to me.
We're back. It feels like it's been a month.
Has it? I know. The weeks go by very slow.
Like, I'm kind of blown away that it was a week ago only that we went to see the Colorado play.
Yeah.
I know. Crazy. I can't believe that.
I know. That does seem like a long time ago. We left here and went straight to Dodger Stadium to meet Natalie and her agent. And that was so much fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Natalie's learning the players. Her agent knows everything. She's a diehard Dodger fan, Gwen.
She was geeking out, and it was so fun because I just love when people, it's like a childlike energy.
I know.
You're just like, I dive right into it.
I know.
Yeah.
I loved meeting her, and I didn't realize how big a fan she was. She's born and raised LA. Her husband is. They're both diehard Dodger fans. She loves the podcast. So shout out, Gwen. You're awesome.
Yeah.
And Natalie, you will know all the players by the end of the season.
I know. That's so sweet, though, for Natalie to kind of connect it all. And
actually, Janetta, who's downstairs, is also repped by Gwen.
Oh, wow. Gwen was really nice. She was so complimentary. She brought a lot of life. Mm-hmm. It was fun.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome back to Talk Dodgers to me. I am Melissa Meyer.
I'm Jaclyn Ruiz.
And another day, another Dodger loss, unfortunately.
I'm
so mad about that last night.
Do we play anyone else?
I'm so sick of playing the Cubs.
I'm really over it. I mean, you want to know, I was thinking about it because this is my genuine, I am over it. You know, like Adam's a fan, so it's the way I like.
Well, it's even more annoying because.
No, but I like watching the Dodgers, so I don't get sick of seeing them being the ones playing, you know, but nothing against the Cubs. I'm ready to, I don't know, I'm kind of over watching them.
Isn't it crazy that we've already played them so much and like in this short of time?
Is that normal actually, when it comes to the, like, is it normal?
Adam mentioned something about why they're playing so much right now, how teams that play in colder weather are playing a lot on the West Coast right now. Didn't you say that was a factor?
You see it in the first couple series of the season, that cold weather teams will often start on the road just because it's just too cold. In places like Chicago, Minnesota, Boston, they will often, not every time, but often start. You saw the Cubs start in Los Angeles, start in Arizona, start kind of in southern cities.
Mm-hmm. Man, I guess I just never noticed it before, but I'm just like, do they even touch the Cubs at the end of the season, or is this all it?
Today will be the last time they play until the playoffs, maybe.
Isn't that nuts?
Kind of. But then I was like, I've never felt a rivalry with the Cubs.
Mm-mm.
And maybe it's the aspect of Adam, maybe not, but we've just seen him so much and there's so much hype. Like, I'm almost like there is become this rivalry. And I guess I like that every baseball club is a little on fire.
Well, they're also really on fire when they play us. Mm-hmm. I mean, PCA, he loves playing the Dodgers. We amp him up.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Adam?
Yeah, last night's game was really good, really fun.
It was a really fun game to watch, but I think we should have won.
No, I mean, definitely, but it was the perfect, like.
I feel like we lost to ourselves.
You think?
Well, you lost to the Cubs, but you can go with that if you want.
What makes you think that?
because we made so many errors.
So
And we
did-
had
honestly,
it.
so did the Cubs.
And we had it.
It was a very equal playing ground, I feel like. The
But
Cubs
even
made,
like Edmund missed a catch in the outfield that I feel like he should have got. Andy made multiple errors, but then he got a hit right after, so kind of made up for it.
and, an out at home.
And they were blaming the wind. That was a great play. That was a really great play. And then right after that, he
You
came
keep
up to bat and
questioning
hit
me
a
about
single.
Andy, and he keeps popping on up. Just a little
I'm happy for
consistently,
Andy.
Just, yeah.
But I feel like he makes an error and then he does well. So I need the errors to stop and just keep doing well.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people making errors that aren't doing well.
That's true. Max Muncy, you know what? I'm with Chella right now. Does everyone know who Chella is? Jaclyn's mom?
My mom has a little love-hate with Muncie, but you know what? I'm trying to be kind. I keep saying he's due, and he is due, but he's really frustrating.
It's almost like it's not his time yet.
I know. I feel
Because
for him.
I thought that was out of the park, and it was just shy of a home run last night. They were really blaming the wind for a lot.
Yeah, there was a lot of graphs too, arrows and like all of it.
But that's a feature of Wrigley Field. That's
Right.
That's a big thing.
yeah, I guess. No, I've heard that. I mean, it's the Windy City, right? Yeah.
It
Really
is, but
annoying.
the origins of that phrase is not the literal
do you
wind.
I
think-
just
Well, I'm
listen.
saying the wind's gonna be there no matter what. So sometimes if you put a, building there, you're gonna get, weird wind flow.
Yes.
Okay.
Listen, I just, Adam and I have been fighting more than usual, and I just don't want to give him these wins right now.
I was very lucky to be raised in a household with a mom and a dad, and this is the first time I feel like I know what it's like when your parents are fighting, and you love them both, and you just want them to get along. Yeah.
How are you feeling about that, Adam?
Feel great about the Cubs win last night.
He doesn't like fighting, which is good.
I don't know. I think he does lately. Trying to rile me up all the time. But it was definitely Dustin May's worst game for us.
Yeah, but he still made it 6. When did he get pulled?
He did, but he gave up a lot of runs.
I know.
I didn't think he was as sharp as he normally is. He's not getting player of the week again.
No. Which I'm like, Marcel laughed at me because he's like, do we think like maybe, I don't want to say it because I love
What?
the aspect of the player of the week, but every time we name someone, they have not a very good week. Teo went down with a stomach bug after we named him.
He had an error yesterday,
He did, but
but he got a double.
they were saying back to the wind, or just actually, no, not the wind. This wasn't what they said about the wind, but when you hit it and the ball has a tailspin going to the right. So sometimes when you misjudge it a little, like it's because that's why. I mean, he didn't just like see the ball and he's just like, "Rah."
I know,
I know.
but it's affecting them. They're just not all in sync right now. Our top 3 guys need to get it together. I mean, Freddie showed some life yesterday. 2-run double. Then we were on top. Loved that for him.
I have a really cool little story about Freddie now that we're on him.
What?
So I saw him getting interviewed, and it was another one in the dugout, and someone asked him like, look, obviously that walk-off meant so much to so many people. Like people will remember where they're at, all the things, right? Mm-hmm. With all the people that came to Freddie, he's like, I'm sure people tell you how much that meant to them so much. Has any of them really stood out? And he said it was a dad who came to him and basically said, like, I stayed sober during the game just because of how much like my kid wanted me to be present. And that's helped him stay sober because since that home run when they were there at the game, the kid has been wanting to go to the ballpark, and it's kept the dad sober. But like, how amazing for Freddie to be like, that just blew my mind and just touched my heart. And I'm just like, wow.
I heard that story too. So sweet. I mean, it's cool that he can recognize that moment that he was a part of, how big it is for so many people. And he knows how big Dodger fans are and supporting the team. I loved hearing that too. I guess he normally will drink a couple beers at the game, but wanted to be so present with his sons. And because that created such a moment for them, he wants to be, available and ready to play catch with them whenever they want. So, so cool. You know what I also learned from that interview?
What?
Freddie does not like to be called Fred. He will correct you if you call him Fred. He's either Frederick or Freddie.
Wow.
So guys, do not call him Fred.
Okay.
Don't even think about it.
You want to know the interesting part of you just saying that
What?
is like when I jot down notes and stuff, I abbreviate a lot.
Uh-huh.
I wrote down Freddie as Fred.
Don't do it. Don't even write it.
What are the odds? Because I was like, oh, maybe I'll start. Maybe good old Fred.
No.
And okay, well now I know. So glad that this got brought up.
I'm just warning you guys. If you meet him, so he says that he calls everybody by their first names. Because, a lot of athletes go by their last names. So you'll hear them calling each other their last names. But Freddie likes to add an extra personal touch and will call everybody by their first name. So he'll call, Bonda, Anthony, and things like that. And that really sticks with people and makes Freddie even more memorable.
That's so funny.
So actually, when I meet him, I'm going to call him Frederick.
I had a feeling you were going to go with that name.
Well, he says it's a sign of respect. So wouldn't he want that for him too?
Yeah.
So I got to respect him.
Yeah.
I do respect you, Frederick.
You're too much.
Oh,
I can't wait to meet
just
him.
practicing for the day.
Yeah. Tommy Edman.
Was he the best signing, Andrew Friedman? Tommy and Michael Kopech? It's a good one.
He is just making beautiful baseball.
He's better than I ever imagined.
Yeah. And his moment with his mom when she threw out the pitch at
Oh,
Korean
so sweet.
Appreciation Night
So sweet.
yeah, so sweet.
She practiced so much.
I know. Yeah.
It'd be interesting to look back at who Tommy Edman was acquired via trade and who the Cardinals got for Tommy Edman.
Your favorite, Miguel Vargas.
No.
It was a whole trade thing. We got Tommy and Michael Kopech and sent Miguel Vargas. It was like a triple trade.
A 3-team trade, but
Yeah.
somebody had to go to the Cardinals.
I don't know. Look it up.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone did.
They just gave away Tommy Edman for nothing.
How do we do this? It's amazing.
When we traded when Boston traded Mookie to us, who did
And David
we have
Price.
to give up?
Alex Verdugo.
Oh.
Another, I mean, I know Boston says it's like the worst trade in their history, which I totally get, but really great for us.
I mean, amazing, but it's really funny. 'Cause
Mookie's
it's
like 0 for 21 right now. I have no doubt that he's going to pick it up. I have no doubt that Shohei will, but they're just not there yet. So our top three guys just got to be more in sync with each other. But then I was thinking, Mookie was out because remember he got sick and then Freddie was injured. Although Freddie does say that his shower injury
helped
may
him.
have been a blessing in disguise because he really did need some more days on the IL.
Well, and he said that for some reason the twist almost broke up scar tissue. So he
Yeah.
actually feels a little more relief and flexibility. Mm-hmm. I mean, everything happens for a reason, I guess.
So that's how we're going to think of it. But they haven't played together. Because then Shohei left. Congratulations to Shohei and Mamiko on your baby girl.
I know.
That girl, man, she's going to be talented.
I loved that they put out a statement, and it was so cute because I know it was just how it got translated, but it was like, thank you for already making us such anxious parents. But I'm sure he meant excited and just but
I'm just thinking about Decoy and the baby. I bet Decoy is protecting the baby.
he's probably an angel. He's probably an angel.
They had Decoy's little face in the corner of the
Yeah,
announcement.
I know.
It was so cute.
I know. Otani, I was like, they both love Decoy, but I love how they just always insert him. He always makes the funniest. I really want to meet that dog.
I can't wait.
But going back to the game, it was interesting to watch this series with the Cubs because, like I said last week, it's like we start seeing people so much. I mean, it's natural. You get film and you do all the things, and then you have to think of other ways to kind of attack. And I noticed a lot more of intentional placing of the ball. Am I wrong? When they would hit, or is that just the wind that would stop the ball? But I feel like it was almost like they see kind of a gap and they would take it to that kind of, instead of just, hitting. It was like they're intentionally trying to get at places. And I wonder if it's.
Do you think they always are? Because sometimes I wonder, I'm like, you're a
know.
professional baseball player. If there's not guys over here, why don't you just try and hit it there? But I don't think it's as simple as that sounds. Although Freddie sure makes it seem like it is.
Yeah,
I feel like he
Freddie
sees
did
the
the
gap.
Same thing. He kind of sees and places it,
Yes.
which is how we finished off the series with on Sunday. How we got Edmund home because he placed it in right field for the RBI, which is like, but yeah, it's like when you place the ball. But I was noticing last night, like it was like falling in little pockets. And I was wondering if that was just a new tactic that they saw from our gaps. No?
Most current MLB players are not. I don't want to speak out of turn, but they're not Tony Gwynn. Tony Gwynn famously used to be able to spray the ball all over the field wherever he wanted. Ichiro Suzuki, in batting practice, would like set up a bat somewhere in the outfield. He would get thrown a ball and hit the bat like with whatever he hit. Miguel, the last guy who probably could do that at such a high level was Miguel Cabrera. He would batting practice. He would go left to right. He would hit balls kind of all over the field, and he would do it in order, left to right.
Who does that more now besides Freddie? I feel like Freddie is comparable to that.
There are certain players that can do it. Yeah, I mean, Freddie probably can, but the emphasis on hitting home runs and the emphasis on launch angle, like a lot of guys are just focusing on, I want to hit the ball in the air. It's not so much picking where you want to hit it.
Right,
And that's why you see shifts. I always get bothered by left-handed hitters who have extreme right-handed shifts, where you see the third baseman kind of playing where the shortstop is, the shortstop playing right behind the second base. It's like, why can't you just hit it down the third baseline? But they can't do it.
Right, but I'm wondering if that's becoming a skill that they want to like get back to, because noticing Freddie do it and noticing the Cubs do it against us last night, a part of me was like, maybe this is just a different attack and they're honing in on it. I don't know. I love that aspect of the game.
I
too.
think last night had more to do with just, in particular, Dustin May missing his spots all over the place. Just like sinking, the sinker not sinking, the slider not sliding. He was just missing all over the place.
But I thought back to even like, I think both teams did pretty good at taking advantage of getting the insurance runs that you like Ted talked about, and like really kind of, which is what I mean is like, I didn't know if people were kind of just maybe not up there to just hit, but like intentionally trying to like just get that next run, like just get on base. I don't know. That's how I kind of used to.
Well, it's fun listening to the broadcasters, also being in that group chat with everybody, listening to Oral. He's in the group chat, wondering if he's reading what we're saying.
I know.
But I think it was Joe Davis that said if someone was new to baseball and came to this game, they would be hooked because it was back and forth from the first inning and really fun to watch. I was in it every second.
Even
we were
when
texting.
we were down, it felt like, okay, but really if you just take away everything and made the score, whatever the numbers are, we're only down by 2 and it's the bottom of the 4th. Like,
I know.
And it's like, dude, it's just a whole new game. It was a very equal playing field, and it made for really, really fun baseball. Yeah. That's how I feel about
And
that.
now I'm overplaying the Cubs. I really hope we get a win today.
really
But
over
you know
it.
what? We have a bullpen game today. And I can't believe how much we're using these bullpen arms already. And like the really, really good ones.
I know.
It's kind of scary.
It is scary.
They can't be pitching this much this early, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, and now I heard that Trinan is out for months. And you hear, there are these Bat Boys, I think. They have this channel. Have you seen them? They do fun interviews with the guys on the field, but they'll go around and ask the same question to a bunch of guys. And so one of the questions is, who do you not like facing? And so many people say Blake Trinan.
Yeah.
So whenever he's injured and whenever we don't have him, I'm like, damn it.
I know. Kirby Yates, really, I was
Oh
really,
my gosh, did you
really
see
happy.
his roar after his performance
it pumped
yesterday?
me up. You know what, though? Like, I was listening, and I think Oral was the one who said this. Putting Kirby out there with the score being what it was, with kind of how he has been kind of playing, really showed the confidence with Dave Roberts in him. And I think that's so beautiful because you know what? Like, yeah, life is a mental game. Life can really kick you and things can all of a sudden start happening where you start to get like very in your own head. And then because you're in your own head, you're trying not to be in your own head. And
Tell me what that's like.
no, and to have someone like Dave Roberts kind of just look at you and be like, no, like, we're not even going there. Like, get back out there. I have my full trust in you. Like, you're not making this mental. And it's like, that's got to be such a key, I don't know, role in what our team is, because I think that that's beautiful. It keeps people motivated.
No, I think you're completely right. And actually, I talked about this with Steve Sachs, and I hope everyone enjoyed that episode that came out this week. But he talked to me about confidence, and I wanted to know, we hear so many funny Tommy Lasorda stories, and I actually had heard some during breakfast. So I switched gears and I was like, what was he actually like as a coach? Because he must have had to be serious, And that was one thing that he pointed out. He said he knew what each guy needed. And sometimes and that's why sometimes I wonder about Chris Taylor and someone like him who doesn't get all the opportunities. So he doesn't get to create that consistency to keep hitting and, stuff like that. But it was giving them the confidence and just throwing them in, even if they're not ready. Because if your manager has your back and your manager has confidence in you, maybe if you don't in that moment, it gives you that boost that you need.
Totally.
So I think that's such a great quality that Dave Roberts has as well, because they talk about him not being so much like motivational speech type guy, but he goes and has those one-on-one conversations and knows what each player needs. And that's such a feel and kind of like an unspoken intuition.
Well, and look what happened. Kirby Yates went in there and he dug deep and he probably felt that support. And that roar, like, I felt that from the bottom of my stomach.
Oh, I had chills. Oh my gosh. He like covered his mouth. I'm like, no, don't. I want to see it all.
Because, when you're
But that's when I'm like, we're winning this game.
I know. We really deserved to win it at that moment.
And then you lost.
I know.
Ignoring that. Okay, how do you feel about Tanner Scott?
I don't really have a full opinion yet. I don't know. People are so quick to like really write people off, and it's just like I don't know. How are they ever supposed to learn without?
I think he's really good. I've heard that it takes him a little while to get there. I also heard that when he came to the Dodgers, we're asking him to almost go after his approach differently, and that they want him to throw more in the strike zone. So maybe he's getting used to it. But yeah, unfortunate what happened last night. But also, did you see that Noah Davis, that was his Dodgers debut, and he threw one pitch and we lost the game? Now he needs a boost of confidence after that.
People actually, I was reading that like that was super messed up for them to make that his like official.
Well, I think it had to do with the fact that today's a bullpen game.
No,
and
they
weren't planning on using him.
Yeah, it had everything to do with it.
But imagine him walking off the field after his Dodgers debut and all the anticipation that brings for someone, and then to throw one pitch and you allow the other team to get a walk-off win. Yikes. Poor guy.
Poor guy.
Noah, you will do better next time.
Hey, you're good. But yeah, we have to keep building them up. Honestly, that's what I think that's the only thing that we can end up or do is just to be positive. And what a
there
loss.
is no alternative. We can challenge them, but we're gonna boost them. I heard that the Rangers are planning on giving Jock Peterson the Trey Turner treatment of a standing ovation because he's hitting 0 for like 40 something at this point.
Yeah, doesn't he have like the worst record?
He's about
ever?
to match the record.
Jock, he brought so many wonderful moments to us.
Oh, Jocktober. He's such a home run hitter. I really like him.
Yeah,
I
like
think
him.
that he gets mixed reviews amongst the players. I think he got in a fight with Tommy Pham over like fantasy football.
No, I don't.
Oh, yeah. That happens.
But imagine being like, I mean, you're Jock Peterson and now you're almost have the record for the worst. Like what?
He'll pull it together. He'll hit a home run and everyone will shut up.
I mean, whatever.
It's not our team, so it's okay. It is weird seeing Justin Turner
I know.
in a Cubs uniform.
It is.
Although I do really like their team and I like a lot of their players, so I feel like he fits in well with them.
Mm-hmm.
But, he made a great play last night at first base. Weird seeing him at first. But I'm just like, it's just weird. It's just weird.
I know. I see his face and I never feel like he's not ours, but
I know.
I definitely don't have that feeling where it's like, it's okay if he does good. Like, I don't have that feeling.
I always want him to do well. It's just,
but
it was just weird watching him at first base make that play and like cheer because he got us out.
I don't need to have him dive and make the perfect catch and I don't need that from him right now.
Okay.
You can slow down, Turner.
What's up with him at first base, Adam?
They need him at first base. I mean, they don't need him at third, although they do need him at third, maybe because Gage Workman is not good. But yeah, he's a utility guy. He'll either play first base or third base, and then he'll be a DH occasionally. Can I say something nice about the Dodgers?
Yeah.
How about something nice about us? Could help the situation.
I will say, Dodger fans made the environment last night at Wrigley very, very fun. The environment.
Did you see Pantone? The whole group of fans, Dodger fans that showed up?
No, I didn't. But it was very loud.
Hundreds,
they were very
thousands.
loud. Like the environment at Wrigley was really, really great last night. You could hear the Dodger fans, cheering. I mean, obviously Wrigley is a destination ballpark, so you're a Dodger fan and you want to always go to Wrigley. Then this is an opportunity. So that's always the case. But they were very loud, and it was a really cool environment last night. Wrigley has been great all year this year, but last night was pretty special.
You're welcome.
I mean, it's just this, like I said, I've never looked at them as like a rival or anything, but it's because we've seen each other so much, and it's built up a lot of tension. So I feel like that's why it made it even more fun last night.
Well, they're doing really well. So Adam must be happy about that.
But aren't we back in first? Or are we tied?
I'm not sure.
Oh, I don't know about that loss. Okay, well, all I know is Will
wait.
Smith is stepping it the
Yes,
What?
Will Smith.
He is being a leader. He is confidently just snapping the ball down like to the.
He finally got out someone at second stealing.
Oh man, I wasn't really in. Kike was very. I felt like he was in, like, what mode? I felt like he was a little.
Really? I feel like he's so on top of it.
I
Any
didn't feel that
position
way.
he's at.
I didn't feel that way last night with him at second.
Oh, well, he needs to step it up with the offense.
Oh yeah, his offense was.
But
very
Will
good.
Smith has been great. He's having a great season already. He might be in my running for Player of the Week.
Yeah.
He's, the ones I've been noodling around in my head.
I have a couple.
Nice homer from Will Smith. Yeah, he's doing pretty well. We didn't talk about Brent Honeywell coming back when we were in the Rangers series and getting his World Series ring.
I know. When did I miss that? Because I saw some clips. What game was it?
I don't know, one of the
Oh.
games, but he must live in Texas, and I guess he didn't get picked up from another team. I have a feeling that we're going to get him back.
Some people in like the Facebook, which is like the official Dodger Nation Facebook page or whatever, I see a lot of bring Joe Kelly back.
I have a feeling we might be getting him too. And what did I say? It's going to be because of damn injuries. And not that I ever want that to happen, but it's happening.
Yeah. What's with Tyler Glasnow's cramp? I know.
That scares me because I think that's affected him in the past. I don't
just
know.
feel
I
like-
don't want him to get injured.
I don't, but I feel like, is it just me or do I feel like he's kind of still being a baby?
Oral said he's not being a baby, that he was valid to be complaining about the mound.
I know, but I still need more because
Anything Oral says, I believe.
I believe him, but I just need more explanation. What do you mean if not everything? I don't know. I guess an injury is different, but okay. Well, I guess I'll let it go.
When they talk about whatever Tyler was dealing with, what he got some cramps, I just wonder, like, what does that feel like? They're talking about Blake Trinan. He has right forearm soreness, and he's out for months? What kind of soreness?
Yeah. What kind of soreness is that?
What soreness you got right now?
Yeah.
Like, how bad are these cramps?
I mean, okay, if I was to go back.
Maybe it's like the beginning stages and can turn into something worse, and that's why they're like, okay, cramping, you're out.
I know, but like what? You're right.
Because like you go swimming, you get cramps. You just know 30 minutes you have to not swim.
Eat a banana. Have you ever seen that interview with that player who was from a different country about like how he doesn't get cramps because he eats
Yes.
bananas? And
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Who was that?
I don't know. I have to relook it up.
I think it's a Cub player.
Is it?
Do you know who I'm talking about? It wasn't Shota, right? aka Mike.
Oh, I don't know.
He has a really funny personality. I thought he did really well last night, and he has Shohei's number. Shohei can't see the ball.
He does have
He
Shohei's
doesn't
number.
see the ball. He doesn't see Shota's ball.
Where do you think his mind is? Because I know a lot of guys, when they have babies, they hope to come back and like hit that big home run for their all the things.
He must have, like, it must be extra pressure playing someone he knows so well and admires so much. But I just feel like he wasn't seeing the ball at all yesterday.
Not just yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
It's been a little slow.
I know, but especially yesterday. I felt like he was swinging at things. I'm like, why are you even swinging at that?
Yeah. Back to Muncie for 2.5. I know it's like so frustrating, but you know what I read on his wife's thing? That people send her like death threats.
What?
Like horrible things about her husband through her DMs, where even
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
terrible.
even in different languages, where like she has to get it translated, and she was like, I don't know.
She
If you-
goes the extra mile and translates it?
she's probably wondering what the
I
hell
mean,
they
I
say.
do that for our comments.
But isn't that sad? That's what
That's
makes me just like,
really
get
horrible.
it together, people. Like, we don't need all of that. I know it's
Yeah,
frustrating,
no,
but
no,
like,
we don't accept that.
No. Ay.
What about Bobby Miller? Poor guy. He looked so nervous. Like, I felt nervous for him. He was sweating like crazy. It looked like his heart was just pounding out of his chest. Oof. He gave up a grand slam.
I know.
Poor guy.
So that was his first time coming back since he got hit in the head, correct?
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why. I don't mean to laugh.
No.
I forgot.
Well, no, you're not laughing at him for that. But,
True.
So, like I said, it's like they're going to just have to get the feel. I mean,
Okay, and I know that I was talking about this previously and saying like you have to give them chances, but we've given a lot of guys chances and brought them up, like Bobby Miller, like Landon Knack, like Justin Robleski, and they're not performing well. So how many more chances do you give them? I thought Bobby Miller was going to be, really, really good for us.
I think, I don't know. I don't think you give him that many chances, obviously.
Well, another
but
one at least.
Yeah, I don't think he's out. Well, I don't know. It's very cutthroat, and like that. I mean, it is what it is.
What
People
happened to
have
James Outman?
What did happen to him?
I think he got sent back down and he hasn't gotten called up again. I really liked him.
Yeah.
Well, like him. He's still around, I
I
think.
just need our boys to. I just need our boys to step it up.
I'm really excited for Friday's game that we're going to. And it's Adam's birthday weekend.
Woohoo!
You excited back there?
Going to be great. Skeens Yamamoto.
So excited for that.
We
Two
played
best pitchers.
Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yamamoto and Paul Skeens.
When I went to my first
And
Yankee
Livy
game
Dunn.
in New York at the old stadium.
Wonder if she's throwing the first pitch.
Who?
Livy Dunn. Paul Skeens' girlfriend, the gymnast.
Oh,
Oh, but we do know who's singing the national anthem on Friday.
yes, we do.
Her name is Erin Ross, and we've become big fans of her. She had an amazing performance at the Laker game. And so,
Her voice.
oh my gosh, she's so good.
And you see the video of her mom flying in.
So sweet.
Yeah.
So actually, she told me that someone from the Dodgers ownership group was at the Laker game and saw her and was so impressed that they asked her to sing at Dodger Stadium. So that's how that happened.
LA, baby.
Can't wait to see her on Friday.
Speaking of the Lakers, I just got to interact with a bunch of fans. I went to LA Live to watch the game
Ooh, fun.
on Friday. And
Go Lakers. They won last night.
they did. I mean, this city's ignited for the Dodgers, equally for the Lakers. And it was actually a really cool, it hasn't been the same since Kobe. But there's years and years of like this feeling in your heart, the way I feel about the Dodgers, being born and raised here and everything the Lakers have been. And I was out and it was really fun actually to be kind of in a sea of purple and gold. And
Were you wearing your dress?
I wore my dress. Yeah.
I love that one.
But I was talking to fans and like, people obviously liked my dress. So then it just and then we talk about the Dodger and all that. And it just seeps into it. And this whole city is just so on fire right now. And it stems from the Dodgers and what that is bringing right now.
Absolutely.
But I was really, really happy because everyone just feels a different shift with the Lakers right now. And not like,
Because of Luka?
just the new energy. And I thought it was just me, but talking to other fans that are like, no, something's different right now. And it's exciting. And it's not even like something's different. Let's go win, the championship. Like, yes, we want that. But it was almost like, wait, I think our boys are back. Like the shift of like that. Because I remember I was so on fire for the Lakers. I wouldn't start diving into baseball until my Lakers were done, because I always had them in the postseason and I always had them go far. And I was always just like the way I am in October baseball, like blinders on, it's everything. And so I'm just really excited. And I love that the Dodgers are what's bringing that fire. People want it for everything.
That's awesome. Luka was amazing starting off the game, like on fire. That pumped me up. Very happy to get that win, especially after the Dodgers loss. But yeah, I agree. There is a like newfound energy going on, and they're really fun to watch. I mean, LeBron is so impressive at this stage of his career, like making these shots.
Yeah.
I have so much respect for him. Wow. I thought my phone was on silent.
No, we got a rookie. We got a rookie in the room.
I swear I put it on. That was my sister calling, by the way, who is opening her studio tomorrow, having her launch party. And I can't believe she hasn't been to a game yet.
Oh, she hasn't?
Actually, when we ran into Jose the other day, he's like, I realized you haven't taken your sister to a game yet, and thought maybe you didn't have an extra ticket. So I thought of inviting her myself.
He's so nice.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. She's been so busy.
Yeah.
And doing her thing and getting her
I know.
vision.
I feel like, when we were in Tokyo, I really could feel that I hadn't talked to her, and it's just like our sister bond. But even like now, we both have so much going on that we aren't talking as much as we always do, and I feel it. So we had dinner last week, and I'm like, we have to make sure like once a week we have dinner and see each other, because we talk on the phone every day, but I don't feel complete without like having at least one night with her, just us.
Yeah. You guys don't live too far.
I know. We live
It's
so
crazy.
close.
You just have to be intentional about it. You have to I hate it, but you have to literally plan everything.
Well, that's what I'm learning too, more than ever.
Yeah.
And also to have a personal life.
I don't know. I've been on such like a work path for so long. I'm trying to find the balance again, but I'm also excited about what I'm doing. And it's like that balance of like kind of stressed if you're taking too much time away. It's like I should be focusing, but also it's like it's because my mind's there and I don't really want to take time away that much. But just the balance. Yeah.
Totally. I get that. I mean, how has it been for you since coming on the podcast and adding this into your life?
It's been good. I feel like it's made me, I love my boutique and I love what I do and I love that. And it's my baby that I'm growing, and I've seen her phases of just life, and I've just stuck through it. And so I've learned and humbled myself very early on that it's not going to always be exactly what I want. And it's okay if I take my time to get to that. But when you're stuck in one thing, I think that's the best part. And what you and I even found with each other is like, it's so nice to just be doing it with someone, whether I'm talking to you about soul and asking opinion, or it's just like to have that relief and to kind of be able to put my focus on something else has made me almost more productive in both, if that makes sense. So it's kind of brought in a little more structure. Maybe it's something new. But it's been good. It's been really good. I appreciate everyone who's supported me. Everyone just continues to bring me so much love on my new stuff. I have a lot of things coming, but I want to be intentional and do it right. So, it's all the things of owning a business. And this has become so much of a passion as well, and just what we're doing and how we're growing and, what we can do with it. And I enjoy it. I enjoy sitting down and being brought into your team.
Yay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what I would have done without you the last couple of months or even since we met, really.
Yeah.
I do feel, and I know I've said this, that, we were meant to meet and be in each other's lives and support each other. And we had no idea where it would take us when we first met, but it just felt so meant to be. And this sitting down, talking baseball with you is the best part of all of it, for sure. It's really navigating everything else. And it's been such a roller coaster in every way you can imagine the last couple months. And I'm trying to be the best version of myself through it all. There's more people involved now, and it matters to me to, honor everyone. And I'm so grateful for the support behind us. But I never want to lose track of what my gut tells me, because, when I booked a one-way flight and moved to LA, it was me believing there was something meant for me to find. And I didn't know what that was then. But over the last, I'm about to approach 14 years living in LA. And I've tried and done so many different things and pivoted and adjusted and started something and failed and it didn't work out and I learned. And what I always had was my belief in myself.
Yeah.
That I would figure it out and just trust my intuition. And when you do that, like, it gets stronger and stronger. And that's really been my moral compass. But I think starting anything new, this is, starting the podcast this last year is the most success I've reached in something I started. And that's the most exciting thing.
Yeah.
But it's also, for me, coupled with things I never imagined. Like, I lost my aunt and my cousin and then my Nana, and I'm having the highest of highs and almost simultaneously the lowest of lows because I can't call them and tell them about it and they're not here with me. And navigating that has been really, really hard and something that I have to deal with and figure out how to do that. And it's almost like I'm leaning on my 16-year-old self that lost my dad and trying to figure out how I navigated grief during that time. And I'm missing one person. And then I'm like, oh, but what about this person? And it's crazy. It's crazy to even say out loud. Sometimes I feel like people are overwhelmed by my grief. And that's why it's so important that, like, my sister and I sit down once a week and talk and can say anything because we've been through it all together. And
do you feel like this is a good outlet to help you get through what that is as well?
Yeah, I value our listeners so much and I feel so connected to them. And when I do share things and I get messages from them that have a similar story or things like that, yeah, that really makes me not feel alone. And that's why I do want to share those things because, yeah, you can go to therapy and you can do this and that. But I've learned, at least for me, when I listen to other people be real and share what they're going through, those are the things that help me the most.
Totally. Yeah. And these kind of moments where you're in front of camera and all that, it's like, how do I start turning that into fuel to make this even come alive even more, But yeah, when you go through those different, moments of self-doubt and you just feel like, how am I going to continue to feel like I have to not fake a smile because it's like so much, but it becomes a mind, it plays with your mind. So,
yeah. And I think both of us, and what I think you've learned about me for sure, I'm not someone that can be fake. I'm not a put a smile on and fake it till you make it girl. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I sometimes maybe share too much, but like, that's me and I accept that. So even, I felt like I needed to like tell our listeners, like, this is a hard time. The last couple of weeks and a lot of changes happening and figuring things out. I'm trying to be the best leader and also watch and know all that's going on in baseball and watching the games and keep up with the social media and be a good partner to you and partner to Adam and our new partners at Legends Attic. But it is a lot and sometimes it's overwhelming and I'm doing the best I can to navigate through it.
Yeah.
And I love our listeners and the support they give us. There was even someone that messaged today and it was just like, I'm watching your stuff every day and I just want to tell you, like, I see you and I see how hard you're trying. And it's just like, sometimes you just need that.
You just need to hear it.
And I really appreciate that, guys.
No, I mean, comments like that take you so far. When I'm sick of my social media and like what I'm doing for content, I feel like I'm the same. And it's like, then someone's like, no, Jack, oh my gosh, I love how you are on your Instagram. You're so cute. You're just like full of life. And I'm just like, man, I'm really glad that's how it's coming across, But then it makes me stop, and I'm like, stop being so hard on yourself, dude. Like, just stop.
But even last week when I was watching the episode back, you know, Adam has watched all the episodes with me from the beginning. When we first started the podcast, every week we would sit down together and watch the episodes back. And he can tell you at first, I was cringing and covering my eyes, right, Adam?
Yes.
But then I started almost like watching myself from a different perspective of, it's okay if I sound a little silly there because it's funny, and being more like the businesswoman watching and seeing what works and what doesn't. But I think I've just been in such a crazy headspace lately that last week I wanted to cut everything I said. And both of you called me and were like, we're not doing that. Like, you're being crazy. You're being way too hard on yourself.
But that's just the insecurity coming in. And that's what sucks, because it's like no one has time for that. But that is why the support around you and the words of encouragement and the people to snap you out of it and be like, okay, yeah, you did sound silly, but so just don't do that again. But you're great and keep going.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
But I think the three of us at least have such a great relationship where we can be honest with each other and we're not going to take it personally, because all of us are always wanting to grow and learn. And we know that it's in those moments that, like, yeah, we might need some tough love, but we all have each other's backs.
Totally. Yeah.
Thanks for dealing with the roller coaster that the last couple of weeks have been. But, you know, we haven't had our feet on the ground yet. And that's that feeling of being a bit unsettled, I think has affected us. But we're, you know, wanting to be present when we're here and talking on the podcast and be transparent about things. And we're almost there.
Yeah.
We got some furniture arriving for our new studio space, and we've got a little temporary setup we're going to do. And I'm really excited about that.
You said our microphones came today?
Cameras.
Cameras.
Oh.
The best part. Speaking of legends, there's some cool things that are coming up.
Well, we have a fun event tomorrow. We're going to be on ESPN radio tomorrow.
So that'll be fun. They're doing
I hope
more.
Travis is there. Actually, we have got to ask Travis about Max Muncy, because he was thinking Max Muncy is going to be the MVP this year.
Oh, wow. He went straight from player of the game all the way to MVP. Yeah. Let's dig into it. I'm curious because you got to spend time with him. Was that opening day?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I sat with him.
Yeah. So, and I've actually, when I was on ESPN
With me?
with you, he wasn't there that day. So
You're
I've
right.
really never gotten to like really tap into
Actually,
him.
do you remember Andy, who was there for him? And how I said I would send his wife one of our Japanese bags? I sent it.
Oh,
Yeah, and he sent me the sweetest note.
that's nice.
But tomorrow will be fun. Wait, we didn't say player of the week.
Oh, all right.
Do you know yours? Should we 1, 2, 3 again?
Yeah.
Okay. I had two I was wrestling with, so let me just think of who's winning it for me today. Okay, I got it.
Yeah. I'm going to just stick to my gut.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Tommy.
Edmund. We just complete each other's.
Sentences.
Yes, dude. Edmund has been in uncontesting
He
for
is
week
so
on week
good.
on week. He's
We've been saying the Dodgers are so good. Actually, Tommy Edman is so good.
like, I know he's like good, but I just feel like he's blossoming different right now. And he's becoming this well-rounded player of everything. And he's getting deals outside, which at first I'm kind of like, okay, let's, because that can affect their mind a little, you know? I feel like it makes him like a little bit, but he's just handling all the pressure of all of it so well.
I feel like when he's up at bat, I just know something good's going to happen. He's going to hit the ball. He's so consistent and reliable. That's my favorite thing about him. And man, he can really just hit it out of the park.
Yeah.
And he, you know what? He plays really well against the Cubs.
He does play very well against the Cubs.
Go
And what
Tommy.
a silly trade by the Cardinals. They just basically gave him away. The trade was the Dodgers got Kopech and Edman. The White Sox got Miguel Vargas, my favorite player, and then 2 other prospects. And then the Cardinals got Eric Fetty and Tommy Pham. And Tommy Pham is, Tommy Pham is at the end of his career. He's like a culture guy, but he did not help the Cardinals last year. What a terrible trade by the Cardinals.
And a great trade by the Dodgers.
Who is that one coach who just spoke up against the Dodgers?
Against?
What team was he doing? What team? But he basically was complaining about the money he spent and all this stuff. He's basically saying like their front office isn't smarter than anyone else's front office.
Should we send them the clip of Bryce Harper saying that's how losers talk?
Yeah, it's just like I'm done with the
lame.
Yeah.
Do you want to know who my runner-up was?
Sure.
Will Smith.
Oh yeah.
I almost wanted to give it to him just because Tommy already won, and he didn't.
We've done Tommy before.
I thought he did win the first week we did Player of. Oh no, Teo, and then
you really are forgetting Teo because you wanted to give that first running to Conforto too.
I was just really. I learned a lot about him that week, and I was just on Team Conforto.
Yeah. So yeah,
You're
no,
right.
Tommy hasn't won.
Okay, I
And he
feel that
deserves to
Tommy's
come.
gonna win a lot,
Yeah. Will Smith.
and
for
I'm just
sure.
feeling proud of Will Smith.
Me too.
He's hitting well. The amount of work he has to do just for his job as a catcher and learning all these pitchers, and I just feel like catchers don't get enough credit.
They don't, but if you play the
And
sport,
especially Will.
in all honesty, when you play the sport, it's like they're like a backbone like no other. But I was also third and first, but mostly when I was third growing up, I just had a connection with my catcher because there's that you speak with your eyes and then all of a sudden it's like they're about to throw down and you're almost getting in sync with each other. And then when that comes, and it's just so fun. And like so for me, I don't know, a catcher is like what runs the field to me.
When I played softball, I liked being a catcher.
I hated it. I blinked
I was
every
mostly
time.
second base or pitcher.
Oh, wow.
My dad had my sister and I both in pitching lessons. It was very
I
intense.
took
He
pitching
was
lessons.
really intense. So, when we wanted to stop, it was no, we're going for another hour. To the point where my mom would be like, okay, that's enough.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah. Sam took the pitching lessons further than me because I got really into gymnastics and was a competitive cheerleader for many years. But yeah, I liked catching.
Maybe
was fun.
Maybe they'll put us in.
Will, if you're down, I'll sub.
Okay, if you were going to catch, who would you want pitching to you?
Oh boy. Who would I not
Just
be
think
scared?
that you can catch the, think of it not.
Yamamoto. He's so perfect.
You think?
Where he says it's going to go, it goes every time.
Yeah, you're right. That's a safe one.
You know?
Okay.
Not Tyler.
No. I was going to say Kirsch. Just to say you did it.
Kirsch is coming back. The toe is back.
I hope. We need to help. When are we bringing Otani in? Are they like keeping our little seat, like just one's just
Yes,
chilling?
Absolutely.
I like that.
Well, Kirsch played in Arkansas.
Oklahoma Comets.
Oklahoma? Arkansas.
OKC Comets?
One of them.
I swear, because on his shirt it said Comets. And I looked it up.
Comets?
Comets. COMETS?
Well, there were some issues with
I
the
looked-
mound again, and they were
Oh.
saying this guy that has the toe issue cannot be dealing with this because he might re-injure the toe. He cannot.
No, the reason I looked it up is because we were supposed to go maybe see the Rangers in Texas, or the Dodgers play the Rangers. And then when that wasn't what was going to happen, I was like, oh man, now I was excited to watch baseball. And then I was like, where is Kirsch pitching? And would that be fun to just go and see him pitch in the minors?
Yes.
Right?
Do you think that someone like him doesn't want to go to the minors and pitch because he's like Clayton Kershaw?
No, I don't know.
You think he's fine with it?
or he's really good at acting like he is. Because he's never like...
Well, I guess there's not really an alternative because you can practice all you want and throw bullpen sessions, but it's nothing like playing in a game.
Well, I don't think he takes it as the same competition. Like, to me, that's just repetitions in like a more competitive setting.
Imagine
But I
the
don't-
amount of fans, though, and how excited they get when they hear that Clayton Kershaw's coming.
And the young guys who get to get
Yeah.
it pitched. Yeah, I know. But
That's
that's why I
really
was
cool.
like, where is he? Because if it was easy, I'm like, maybe that's a thing. Because that'd be kind of fun.
Jack, you are correct. It's Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Okay.
Go Comets. Did you know that Tanner Scott and Evan Phillips are best friends?
No.
Evan Phillips is coming back. I think Tanner Scott is out and Evan Phillips is in.
Well, battle of
And
the
I hope it
friends.
doesn't affect their friendship. No, they all cheer each other on.
Everyone cheers everyone on.
Mm-hmm.
If they do, then everyone's happy.
That's why our team is so great. But yeah, Evan Phillips is back from the injured list. Really excited about that because for the last year or two, they haven't like wanted to name a closer since Kenley Jansen left. So, but like he was it, basically.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Kenley Jansen. He's so sweet.
Love Kenley.
Yeah.
All right. So what do we have going on this next week? We're going to start to put our studio together. Going to the game on Friday.
Is our plan to record there next week? Is it the
I
week?
think so.
I'm excited.
I think so. I think there's a fun aspect of having it not be done completely, but bringing the listeners in so they can watch it evolve. You know, like just bringing them into this world and see what happens each week.
On the reality, it's like to wait till it's actually perfect is just way too mind consuming, and it's just
It's never going to be
you
perfect.
gotta-
You know, this
yeah.
is what we're doing for right now. And I'm
I'm
excited,
really
about it.
I'm excited to film.
We have the Legends Attic event tomorrow with Isaac Bruce.
Yeah, they're doing more of a football for the draft day.
And yeah, some other fun things coming. And we're going to go to Fanatics Fest in June, which I'm really excited about. But you know what? Our Dodgers have been playing better baseball. I know we lost last night, and that really sucks, but it was a really great game and more great games to come. We're going to sweep this next series we have coming up. I just know it.
We have to.
And our top three are going to, you know, get more in sync. The whole team is, and it's going to be great. So that's what we have to look forward to.
Yeah, just a little more consistency from our top of our lineup.
Oh, and I was hearing that a lot of teams are really focusing on the bottom of our lineup because they know that Shohei does better when there's guys on base. So they don't want to get any of our bottom of the lineup guys on base. So that's something that I think is a focus for other teams more than it was last year.
Well, as a fan, I'm definitely paying attention to the bottom, and they have stepped it up in the last couple games, ish, sorta.
I know.
It's all right. We're being positive.
It'll come together.
Yeah.
So
All right.
until next time,
Yeah.
go Dodgers.